Welcome along, everyone. What was it like, that experience, jumping into your first race?
It's been my life ever since I can remember.
Look, it really was unbelievable.
I think it's awesome.
Just go out there and give it your all every time. And
when you're young and you get in your old man super stock and you wreck it, I mean, it's pretty cool.
Craig Booker with the big smile. He is the voice that's behind what you get to hear every Sunday night.
Give it the hoot, Eddie. Look at that field. Doesn't it look fantastic?
Welcome along, everyone. It's good to be back, even though it is a beautiful, hot summer's Monday. It's good to be back here in the cockpit with Kinser. It's a special build-up that we are doing this week through to Wednesday as part of a big event happening at Huntly International Speedway this coming Saturday. My good friend, as you heard him last night, doing a wonderful job as he does every Sunday with the commentary on our live streaming of our stock car series. It's Bump and Run with Craig Booker. How you going, Books?
Hey, I'm pretty good, mate. I'm feeling pretty excited about tonight's great show we've got going again today. It's been a good day. The weather's turned great in the sunny Hawke's Bay again, mate. I don't know what it's doing. Predicted rain for 4 days, and we can't stop the sun from shining, so that's always a bonus. We've got a great lineup of people joining us tonight too, mate.
Exactly. Look, what this is part of the builder to the Superstock Teens Invitation being held this Saturday, Huntly International Speedway. Thanks to Potter Cranes and to all the teams that are jumped on board to be part of the event. We did a bit of a pre-builder to this week on the start of our live stream with Booker in the stock car series we do online. It's just a build-up. It's just very similar to what we've done with the big event down there in Palmerston, but this case, obviously, it's to do with the Superstock Teens Invitation at Huntly. We're going to catch up and have a chat with Red Wooten, who's sitting there with his lovely family. Just want to say good evening to Kylie, watching the show. Madu, always good to have you on board, mate. Alson Tiwani, Riley Christensen, Sheldon Arapeta, good to see you there, Sheldon. And of course, Jason Adlington. Hey, bro, how you going? So, I think we'll bring in Red Wooten.
Yeah, we won't wait any longer. Let's see if I can get this right, eh? Here we go.
Here he is. Red and Tyson.
Hey. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear clear as, and I can see the boss in the background. Here you go, boss.
Yeah.
He's ready
to slap you if you get it all wrong, eh, Red?
Yeah, mate, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, let's talk about the event. Obviously, it's been publicised over a little while now, and teams event, people love the team stuff, but it's a lot of work behind the scenes, mate, with not only yourself, but everyone that's involved at the track.
We've got a good team in Huntly, right through from the committee around to the volunteers and any event, but one of this scale is a bit more difficult, but we've went to host, and we're privileged to have these great teams come forward to race here.
Awesome. Hey, look, we've got Levi Jones who's joined in, and he's already commented, look, it's the king of Huntly there. So, yeah, that is Tyson sitting next to him, Levi. We got to love, Chase Jones and so many others. You got a lot of locals watching this show tonight to talk to you. And look, Andrew Dreden already given you flack there, Tyson, so you can throw back at him later. But Reed, like you said, obviously you got quite a few big meetings taking place at the track, and obviously this thing come along and pretty well buggered the whole thing up. But the build up to this Saturday particular, to have the teams coming into it, you wanted to, or Tyce help out there here, mate. Just name the teams that are going to be racing.
We got Kiki Kings, Baypark Busters, Rotorua Rebels, Stratford Scrap Gisborne Giants, the Gisborne Giants Development, and we're just working through the process of putting an author represent Huntly. So we've got 8. We're trying to keep it at 8 for now.
Yeah, awesome, Tyce. Thanks for that. Look, and when we did our build-up yesterday, we were aware there were 2 more teams added to the current list that people have seen all over social media. So it's a Gisborne development team, and also you're trying to get together, is it a North Island select team, is that right?
Yeah, well, we were throwing around the Huntly thing, and, if we have a bit of slack from everybody, so we just thought it would be easier to just call it a North Island team or whatever you want. About making 8 teams turn up at the teams event, mate. all that really matters. It doesn't matter who's in it. It's just part of getting out there and keeping it in an 8-strong event, you know?
Yeah, thanks for that. Thanks for clarifying that. Look, we do apologise for the bit of
Yeah.
the sound issue at the moment. It's just technology, and we're just going to have to bear with us how we get through on the process here as well. Amron already saying to you, Red, you sexy beast, eh? Look at him. He's already given it to you.
Bloody hell. Hey guys, I'd just like to, because we had a couple of teams, because of circumstances, pull out, I'd just like to acknowledge in the development team, you know, it's a big effort on their part to assist us. It shows the manner of the event, to be honest, because these guys just got in behind as we were all scratching our heads as to what to do. But the other teams, you know, like Kikings and all the rest of them, you know, they're just bloody good blokes, you know, and it's a privilege to have them all in it.
Yeah, 100%, mate. You know, it's a bit of a hit out prior to obviously the big meetings coming up, Red. And I know you got a few big meetings coming. You got a lot happening there, and mate, it's going to be one of the tracks to be during the Speedway season, eh?
Yeah, I think so, mate. We put a lot of work in over the what have you, and you know, like we've got some great sponsors in behind these events. You know, Pollock Cranes come on board, and you know, without these guys, it's just so hard to try and run these events. It's just a credit to these guys coming forward and supporting us, and they can see the so. You know, just watch this space because it will only grow.
Yeah, hard, mate.
Yeah.
Hey, we actually did a bit of a pre-catch up just to make sure the drivers that joined us on tonight's show tomorrow and even on Wednesday, hopefully the technology thing doesn't kind of bugger things up as we go through the next few days. We were doing a test of Red just beforehand as well, but when technology works at its best, it can be good, but then when it plays out, sometimes it's out of our hands. So please just bear with us as we get through tonight's show. Obviously, the other thing you're going to have to bear with as well, already the drivers that we've caught up with tonight that are going to join us from the Allstars and the Busters are aware of the weather side of things. Mate, Mother Nature can be a bloody worst enemy sometimes, eh?
Yeah, no, mate, we'll be right. We're in Huntley here. We don't rain here. It'll shoot up Wairarapa Park and over to the mountain, but we'll be all good here.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Love the positivity.
You're a bit doubtful.
What was that? Sorry, Rick. Can you just repeat that again? Sorry.
I said just doubtful.
Yeah. It'll be one of those things, mate. Just one of those bloody things. That's the way the weather works. You'll be all right, mate. Just got to remain positive.
Yeah, of course, mate. And the thing is that it's changing all. If it does its normal thing here, I'll be able to put up a post on Friday night, and like I won't let the guys travel if they don't. If we know we're not going to be able to run it, their money and time. So Friday night we'll be able to tell you what stage we're full on, and Fiona's got a heap to do. So we'll be all good.
Awesome, mate. All right, Tice. What was that? Say it again.
The draw, mate, for you on live here with you guys.
Oh, okay. So when do you want to do that live with us?
For Fiona, she's the boss.
All right, the boss lady, you want to do the draw live? Oh, here we go. This is an exclusive. So there you go. This is something we were not expecting, to be honest. So this is quite an exclusive. Awesome. Do it live. All right.
Well, we got the boss here, and she's done up all these envelopes. You can see them all. Here's my hands. Tyson's out in the kitchen with the dogs.
All right. So, what we'll do is.
Well, okay. This is all new to me, guys. I didn't know I was doing this. Not sure. It's a bill. Oh,
it's a bill. Baypark Busters.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, Craig's writing this down. Yep.
Hang on. I've got another on it. What do we got here?
So the first team's race.
First
Oh.
team race is Baypark, Auckland Allstars.
Well, we couldn't have picked a better night to have the two teams on tonight. You just-
You're not wrong there, mate. Eh? They're both sitting in the channel beside us.
We're gonna get Levi the superstar here now to pick the. This is my second eldest grandson.
Hey, Levi, mate.
We have the Kiki Kings.
Yep, the Kings, awesome. Awesome.
And we have got
Wait. Drum roll. Stratford Scrappers.
Kings in the. Oh, haven't we got those two teams tomorrow night together?
I think we might do too, bro. It's fixed. It's rigged.
Hey, it's your turn now. Here's my eldest grandson, Chase. He's and our John.
Awesome.
We always say it's about the family.
Yes, yeah, it's on the family.
We got the Rotorua
Rebels, yes.
Rotorua Rebels.
sounds like you.
If he draws Gizzy, mate, I tell you. That's our whole week's build up.
In that order too. In that bloody order.
Island select team versus the Gisborne Giants.
The select team and the
Great
good.
start.
Yep. We got the Rotorua, so we have Baypark Busters versus Auckland All-Stars.
Yes.
Kings versus Stratford Scrappers.
Script. Yes.
Then we have Rotorua Rebels.
The Rebels versus what was the other team?
Gisborne.
This one here, look.
It's the development squad
Gisborne Development. Okay. All right.
versus the Gisborne Giants.
And the
Tyson
Gisborne.
just said, tired.
Awesome.
Just go through that. So Baypark versus Auckland, Kiki versus Stratford, Rotorua versus Gisborne Development, and North Island Select versus the Giants.
That's
Correct.
Awesome.
Awesome.
That's it.
That is
Cheers.
awesome.
Everybody's
Everybody's happy. Just make sure the weather stays away and the bloody event gets underway and we just rock on with it and get to see some action. Don't forget to also the Waikato Mini Sprint Championship is also on as well, you know. So safe travels to all drivers, to all supporters and all the crew that come up to the event, and fingers crossed, toes crossed, the weather plays our part and, you know, we can have an amazing event. Red and the family, we appreciate you joining us on the show.
100%.
Event. And obviously, we look forward to keeping in touch with you guys as we got more events coming our way. But thank you for the exclusive draw live on our show. Take care. Cheers. Thank yous.
Thank you.
guys.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Cheers. Awesome. Cheers, Tyson. So there we go. That's the importance of the family when it comes to Speedway. And it doesn't get any better
Mate.
when you think Huntley and the Wooten family. The comments already say it in the draw. We weren't expecting that tonight. So
No.
that was a nice surprise.
The thing I liked about that whole draw, mate, was that the whole family was there to all be together and do it. And how often do we talk every week about how much Speedway is about family? You know, that was awesome. And to have that draw live on the show, awesome. So I'll run through it again for people that didn't quite get it. We apologise for the sound there, but it's just technology that sometimes people's phones play up and that's what happens. So you've got Baypark versus Auckland, which is going to be a good one. We can talk to those guys tonight because we've got both those teams here. Kiki versus Stratford, Rotorua versus the Gisborne Development Team, and the North Island Select versus Gisborne Giants. So that's a pretty good lineup, Kins.
Oh, hard out, mate. You know, the draw and the way we're rolling in our shows for the next few days couldn't have fallen out in a better way. So,
I couldn't believe how they fell into place like that, mate. Well, should we not get any wasted time? Should we get these Auckland All-Stars in here?
You've got Gary and Jamie who've been sitting there quietly, and they
so
would have
here we
heard
go.
the draw, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Let's see if they can pop in
So
here, mate.
there's Jamie.
There you go.
Where's Gary?
Hey, mate. And
Good.
there's
And
Gary. Hey, boys.
How you going? Mate, we're good as. We're actually more surprised than anything, to be honest with you, too, because we've been expecting Red and the family to do the draw tonight. Obviously, it couldn't have got any better than having used to one from the Allstars, because your counterparts for your first teams race will be joining us in another few more minutes or so. But, man, what was it like when you heard that? I guess you two heard the draw?
Yeah, pretty happy.
Yeah.
Oh, look, there's another family member.
Just make sure you tell Seth to put mustard and sauce on my hot dog when he goes up there.
Hey Gary, teams racing, mate. When you think the season just got underway, if you guys have done a few laps here and there, but straight into the thick of things, at Huntley. You look forward to it.
Yeah, man, nothing gets better than teams racing. Unfortunately, we just had a rain out in the weekend in the stock car, so I was all fizzed for that. But gosh, I hope this weather sorts itself out this weekend, to be honest.
Yeah, hard out, mate. Jamie, we're talking just previously before coming to the live show. You're excited, mate. Just get back into teams. You love teams as well.
Yeah, teams racing is pretty much the only reason I race this stock cars anymore. It's pretty much, I think it's the pinnacle of racing, and to buckle up with 4 or 5 of your mates and go into battle is pretty cool. And
So
the fact that you can go in and, exactly like this Baypark race, we're going to go in and we're going to smash those guys, and them guys like Sethro and Kerry and Horse and that, we all have a beer with afterwards. They're all good buggers. So
Yeah.
But no, it'll be good. Can't wait.
I love the statement. We're going to smash those guys. Hey, let's get it on already.
Good, I love it. Oh, look, here's the young one there, Gary.
Yeah, this is little Lexi. She should be asleep, but too much excitement tonight.
Yeah, that's awesome. But we were just talking about before when we had the Wooten family with us, the importance of family in the sport. And I know your background and the family background with it, mate. It's very, very important, eh?
Yeah, definitely. And unfortunately, it makes it harder to get to the shed these days, but I wouldn't change it for the world. And I'm still doing it. Thanks to my family, to be honest, letting me. So you just got to embrace it and enjoy it and make it all fun for everyone. I know Jamie's the same. Like, his kids and family are a massive part of it. Without that, like, what would we be doing,
100%.
Like Gary said, Jamie, you're most probably in the shed most of the times. I know both of you guys aren't technically savvy as such, but you're busy doing what you got to do in the shed, making sure your machinery, the cars are all ready to go and entertain the fans, eh? So the family are very important, and the crew.
Oh, definitely. I couldn't do it without, and I wouldn't want to do it without my family. The wife always makes sure that the money's there and that gives me the free time in the shed and that. And then my young fella is more into it than I am. He's only 8, but man, he just absolutely loves it. He loves it.
So how do you guys prepare this week building up? So like we're trying to get this done early and not hold people up in the sheds, because this week's a very important week to all of you and all the guests this week to get into the cars 100%. So how do you guys sort of prepare for the build up for this weekend? Do you got any rituals that you do as well before it all starts, or?
I know for me, like, teams week's huge. Like, on a normal race meeting, the car gets a quick nut and bolt check and yeah, like just a pretty average going over, but teams time, man, everything gets checked, and yeah, nothing's more important than not letting the boys down. Basically, we're in it as a team, and man, like, on a normal night, if something let go or whatever, that's all good. But if that happens teams time, it's nothing like letting the boys down, eh? If I go down, it puts more pressure on someone like Jamie or something. So we don't want that, So
yeah.
Teams week's always just bigger prep, more time in the shed, and yeah, everything gets a better look over, really.
Your answer would be very similar to that, wouldn't it be, Jamie?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I mean, I'm all the way in Whangarei actually, so I got no crew up here helping me. So I spend pretty much every night this weekend just gone, I was up at 7 and I went to the shed and I didn't come back in until about 7:30, 8 o'clock that night, both days. So
Too hot.
same as Gary, you just got to make sure everything is 100%, every bolt tight, because if the cars get it pounding,
Yeah.
when you've got someone like Kerry or Horse pushing you down the straight, the last thing you want is something letting go.
Yeah, 100% there, mate. So what? Like the night before, like Friday night, you reckon your boys going to get a full night's sleep, or do you sit there thinking about it, or? I mean, do you still get nerves? Must be still getting nerves, no matter how many teams races you have, do you?
I don't know. Like me personally, I'm pretty relaxed about it. I don't overthink it. You get to me, the hype gets going when you're with the boys. When you, for me, that's my buzz. I know it's different for everybody else, but for obviously with kids and that, like day-to-day life carries on. So you do your normal thing, and but yeah, once you get to the track, or once you see the boys and the crews, and for me, that's when stuff starts getting real. Like you get that hype going, and nothing beats parades and seeing fans with blue and white flags. That's what it's about, eh?
Yeah. And yourself, Jamie, very similar.
Well, Friday night for me consists of making sure the car's loaded and actually heading to Auckland. So
you got a bit of a hike, haven't you?
After work Friday, it takes me sort of 2.5 odd hours to get down there. So that's my Friday night, and then Saturday morning you wake up pumped, ready to go, and meet up with the boys. And once we all meet up we always meet up at the Rangaroo and have a bit of a feed together, and all the crews chat and stuff. That's when you start getting excited and into it.
Yeah, hit the track and get ready to buckle up and belt up and get out there and do what you have to do, because obviously the Allstars have big fans following these days. It's a team not to be messed around with, and over the years it's got a lot of history with the All-Star team, and you just get out there and do what you do, There's some big names that's been associated with the All-Stars. It's got a great pedigree of teams races, and look, you're living it up. And just go through, Gary, just some of the other guys aside from you two that are in the team for this Saturday night.
Well, yeah, we've been gifted with Randy. Like, what a great attribute to our team. And Lofty is another pretty hard charger. Cody McKee, obviously myself and Jamie, and our sixth driver, which now brings their own car, Kyle Ashton's in the team now. We've got a few more in our squad with Craig Chatfield and a few others on the scene, but we've got a pretty good squad, and we've been building the last couple of years. I think this year we're really pushing hard. Like, we've got third the last couple of years, and yeah, we're aiming to go better this year.
It's a very strong team, isn't it? That's a real strong team, and I mean, I'm a little bit upset about Randy T, only because I'm a Hawke's Bay boy, but I don't mind him doing it this weekend because Hawke's Bay's not there, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, I mean, that guy he can read a race and change a race real quick, can't he, that fella?
Absolutely.
As far as drivers and guys you race with, it's always cool meeting personalities and like racing with these fellas that have been there and done it. And Randy, like, he brings a lot of experience, and he's a very switched on character when it comes to teams racing. He's on. There's not much that gets in the way of him and his mindset going in, which is quite cool. It's cool to be part of, and it's cool it lifts the rest of the boys up, to be honest. So having that in the team, it's bloody good. You don't want to let anyone down, but for me, letting Randy T down is almost worse,
That's pretty good. That's pretty big accolades for the man, But hey, let's face it, he's achieved a lot so far in the sport for a young guy as well. So, yeah. What about? I mean, for both of you, like, what the fans? How much of a difference does it make to you when you hear those fans on the hill or going around that Grand Parade? How much does that pump you up more, listening to the fans, or even if they come down the pits and talk to you?
Go on, Tim.
I think it's huge. I mean, nothing beats that Grand Parade, especially at Palmy, but Huntly Grand Parade's just the same.
Yeah.
When you pull out and you see people, and even after you win a race and stuff, and people cheering for you and all that sort of carry on, nothing beats that. It's like I say, seeing your blue and like Gary said, the blue and white flags and the All-Star T-shirts and stuff, and before the meeting, people coming down, talking to you and looking at the cars. It's just awesome.
Man, it's awesome. Hey, look, Jordan Newton's watching you guys. Obviously, get up the All-Stars, baby. He's going on here. Muddy Goodley pretty well sums it up, actually. Auckland is like the French rugby team. You never underestimate them, you know. And that's what can happen. Anything can pop out and do it.
We're
Troy
a pretty
Roscoe.
committed bunch, I think. Hey, like
Yeah.
I think being committed is huge, and I think we've always tried to strive on being committed. And I think the guys that we got in the team, their commitment is second to none. I mean, Randy and Lofty played a race at our track, you know, on a Saturday night sometimes, and Gary's running 2 cars, and you know, Cody's trying to build a new car, and so the commitment to get there and be part of this team is huge. You can't ask for more than that.
Yeah, exactly. Where's the young fella? Is that the young fella behind you, Jamie, that's popping? Is that the little 8-year-old that wants to get into it, is it? 4 more years,
Bring him
mate,
in.
4 more years of mini stock. There he is.
There he is.
Yeah,
You going to be a racer too, mate? Are you? Like Dad?
No, he's not that silly.
No, he should be like Gary.
He wants to keep his brain cells.
What about little Lexi, Gary, one day in the mini stock?
Yeah. Hopefully, I don't know how much longer I can keep going, so we can keep doing 6. Hopefully, we'll get a quarter midget or something and start early. Give her a good chance for that.
Good on you. You know, that's today. We were talking earlier on in the show with the Wootons and the family coming in, the grandkids, and everyone doing the draw and doing all the selections. You know, it just shows there with your kids there what the sport is and what it means to many up and down the country. It's great family entertainment, and obviously the opening meetings this season has seen nearly every bloody track just about jam-packed. Something we've never seen for some time, you know, and it's just so bloody good to see. And I'll just ask you both this question too, because a show we're going to do coming up, we're getting mini stock drivers to jump on, and we're going to do a mini stock special because they are the future of the sport that we love. These kids who get into the mini stock class and whatever class they choose to do, that's up to them and their families. But Gary, just first for you, mate, I know, you followed the name through, obviously, but mini stock's a great asset to Speedway.
Yeah, man. I look at these kids now and just gutted that wasn't around when I was there. But I think I could have done it for sort of 1 or so years there before my time. But yeah, man, you just got to look at the names now. They're standing on all these podiums, and you'll find nearly all of them have come, like not even just stock cars and super stocks. You're talking super saloons. Like it's wicked, man. The caliber of these drivers actually making us old fellas look a bit stupid, to be honest. So,
Speak for yourself.
that's a lot harder to keep up with them.
And same for you, Jamie. You know, that is, it's a bloody good class, you know, and whatever they choose, they do. That's up to them, but it just builds them up. Look, they get to race these things before they even get to drive a proper car on the bloody road.
Oh, how cool is that? Like Gary said, I wish they were around when I was a young fella, but how cool is it? You know, when, like you say, 12, you go to school and you get to tell your mates that you race a full-blown race car.
100%, eh?
And exactly like Gary said, man, some of these drivers that have come out of mini stocks, just their driving is unbelievable. I've watched kids now that are still only 14, and they can drive better than me, and I've been racing for 22 odd years, which isn't that hard, but you know, it is. It's a good sport. It's good for the kids.
While I've got you here in representing the Auckland Allstars, you know, the team's nationals up in Auckland, do you both, and you can answer both of you, this, you know, when you host that event and the way the team's been going, obviously go pretty bloody good down there in Palmy, then of course the tradition is Auckland teams nats. Do you feel like you got the pressure on you at home with all the fans and everything like that, or you just get out there and do the biz?
For me personally, I think in my time in the All-Stars, we've always been a bit of the underdog. So I really don't think we've ever had a lot of pressure on us, to be honest. But now we've got the caliber of drivers we do, and the team we've got. Now the pressure's on. Like we've got to keep moving forward. You know, we've been building, and now's our time just to keep moving on. And there's some young guys coming through that's what it's about. You know, like some of us older fellas won't be here forever, so yeah, we just got to keep the All Stars going because, like you say, there's some bloody good names that have been in the All Stars squad, and a lot of them are still involved, which is like brilliant. You know, like the Dave Tennants and your Bryce Markses and that. It's it's cool. It's cool that they're still there. Bernie Fox and that, like he'll be taking us this weekend because Jeff's away. So yeah, it's cool to have them and putting their inspiration, and that's what we watched growing up. So it's cool that they're all part of it. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, it is cool, Jamie. You know, when you're there and you see the blue and white flags flutting away there and on your home track, you know, you just got to do your best and hope you get over the checker flag and see what happens. You just go with the flow.
Yeah, that's right. I love team racing at Auckland. I think it's pretty cool track, and especially in front of your home crowd, it is pretty cool. And like Gary said, I think the pressure wise, this year's probably the most pressure we've had because we always have been the underdogs, and it is making it a little bit more pressure when you, like you say, you know the old names that have been part of this All Stars, you know, over the years. But I think Teams Nationals at Auckland is awesome. I love it.
Yeah, I think the fan just loves teams racing, full stop. You know, we know the crowds come out to enjoy it, and let's hope the crowds turn out to enjoy the Huntley International Speedway Superstock Teams Invitation. Look, guys, thank you too for joining us. This won't be the last time that we'll actually catch up with the All-Stars. We'll do another build-up as we have done with the next teams event down in Palmy. Then, of course, we'll do another one with the Auckland teams. But I do appreciate you both from your busy schedules. Good to see the family, the kids, because that's your future there with the sport that we love. And thank you both, and good luck at Huntley. Please hope that the weather gods don't play up and stuff the whole bloody event. But, you know, Red's been positive, and we'll just go forward from there. And safe travels from Whangarei down to Auckland, then on the way through. And to you, Gary, safe travels as well, mate. Thank yous.
Hey, mate, can we just quickly nudge out our sponsors?
Yeah, 100%.
We're going to have, we've got all our new merch on, going to be for sale at Huntley.
Awesome.
T-shirts, hoodies, kids stuff. We've got bucket hats, normal caps. So there'll be plenty of stuff there. So everyone come down and
looking at your two fellow shirts, you could probably do with a couple of new shirts, to be honest.
And what about your sponsors, guys? Who you got on board with you as this with your teams?
You guys can bring those shirts for us for rags.
Bloody Seth Roby, he's watching this too. Yeah, mate, I'll tell you what, I'll get one of those bloody things. So when we do the build-up next time, so we'll wear it and represent.
Because we've got our Seth.
We've got Solder's Cartage, we've got Cargo, Above All Electrical, Pack and Save, GDK Concrete, which is Waikato based, so be a good
that's who. Sorry, I'll come back to that. Keep going.
Safe Store Storage, Fox Transport, which, like I say, Bernie Fox and old stuff. Belly of Mitzi, in the late John Burden Engineering, support the team.
Awesome.
And Northwestern Equipment. So yeah, we're very thankful for all those sponsors, and we'll keep on moving on. If anyone's interested, we're always very excited for more, to be honest.
100%. You can't do it without the sponsors, can you, mate? You know, like, huge part of it.
Oh, massive, especially teams racing. The money that, like, the guys are chucking around there is just embarrassing, really. But it's freaking cool. And that's what people come to see, and we love doing it. They love watching it. So that's what it's about.
Excellent. Awesome. So there we go. Look, if you want to jump on their Facebook page and like that, they got social media platforms here and there. Just give them a follow, even their motorsport fans, or even just motorsport pages, or even just the All-Star stuff. So we'll definitely keep in touch. Hey, guys, cheers. Thank you. And we'll keep in touch and catch up again soon, eh? All the best.
Thanks very much.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Thanks for that.
Awesome,
we love the
guys. Thank you.
And, it's what we do. We love the sport. So we do what we can and get the families involved. Cheers, guys. As you heard on the draw, Red did the exclusive with his grandchildren and did the draw, and obviously it just kind of worked out. We didn't even plan this. This was no pre-planning. It just happened like this.
Hey, kids, I just want to say too, I want to say g'day and welcome home to Nakaya. I understand she's watching us, mate, so it's awesome to see you home with Dad and everyone, Nakaya. Always thinking about you, love. You're doing awesome. So
yeah, exactly.
I just wanted to say that too. So, but we'll go through the draw again, Kins. For those, because I see there's a few questions asking about this, what do they mean, Gizman development and stuff like that. So to our great surprise, just before we bring on the Baypark Buster boys, Red and his family did the live draw right here at Cockpit Media's in the cockpit with Kins of the draw for the weekend. And so our first up was Baypark versus Auckland. And funnily enough, we've got both those teams at our interviews tonight. So, and then second off the bat was Kiki versus Stratford, which I think we've got tomorrow night. Yeah. And then third was Rotorua versus Gisborne Development. So what we were told too by Red as well is that there's a Gisborne Development team coming and also a North Island Select team. So we've got Rotorua versus the Gisborne Development team, and then the last one is North Island Select versus Gisborne Giants. So heck of a draw for the first lot of teams races, Kins.
Yeah, no, hard at 100%. And let's bring in the two boys from the Busters, Kerry.
Let's get him in here. So we're bringing Kerry. Hopefully Kerry's connection sorted. So there's Mr. Remnant there, Kerry. And Dylan Towler is right there. How are you guys?
Hey, good mate.
Hey, yeah, good. Look, Kerry, you would have had the All-Stars, and it was a surprise to us. Obviously, we had the Wooten family on joining us, and the draw just happened to bloody pan out to what tonight was about, actually. Couldn't have picked it any better. Busters in the All-Stars, Kerry, you've been against the All-Stars and all that type of stuff, and, mate, going to be a bloody good night, eh?
It's good that you guys didn't ask for the bloody draw, but there's some tough teams. I think, they're the selection team coming through, which is more of their local guys. I think we're actually racing, so there's an extra race there for everyone. But definitely the All Stars, good bunch of young guys coming through. And our own team, myself, Horse, and Seth, and we've got young Elias Dykstra, and we're confident. We've got some good things in place, so bring it on.
Bring it on, hey Dylan, that's you, mate. You know, into the thick of it, eh? You're into it. Mate, so what's your background, Dill? You know, we know this guy's background. He's been racing Tens event for like the last 100 years, ever since stock cars were invented. So what's your background, bro?
Well, I've been in supers for I think about 5 years now, and then before that I grew up racing obviously mini stocks out of Rotorua, and then that's about me.
That's about you, eh? Just like the mini stocks. Hey, that's about you, eh? Mini stocks into super stocks 5 years. Yeah, pretty cool, calm and collected. So will you be cool and calm when it comes to bloody Friday getting into Saturday?
Probably not, bro, but
don't get too hyped up like that Seth did and bloody flip at the height of a grandstand, eh?
That's what I'm trying to avoid. So, but no, we'll go out and give it a nudge and see what happens, eh?
What about your team's introduction, to the events? Have you done teams before?
No, first time.
First time, wow.
We've got to start somewhere, eh?
Well, exactly. What was it like when you got the call up? What was that like? You must have been thinking, damn, Christmas has come early.
Oh, yeah, I've been obviously wanted to, it's a bucket list thing, so I've always wanted to do it for a while, and then, because my car's not actually ready, so Mark Dickey approached us, and he gave me the opportunity to jump in his car, so obviously we jumped in there, and, everyone sort of jumped on board and helped us out, so grateful for that. So, we're hissing, ready to go, and got the car in the shed going final checkovers, and then get into it. Big show.
Mate, you couldn't have had two better mentors than the guy that's sitting next to you, when you think of the accolades he's done in teams racing, and of course his good mate, they've been doing it together for years with the Busters, Ross Ashby. Mate, you couldn't have learnt from the best.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So obviously I'll go out there and do the best I can, and if stuff goes pear-shaped, then obviously I've got, two massive guys above me that I can lean on for advice and info and that sort of thing, and I know they'll teach me the ways. Hopefully, they won't hold too many secrets from me. But we'll get into it, and I'll put my best foot forward and see what we can do.
Right, as long as it doesn't, Kerry doesn't teach you that way. The car goes up that way. Hey, Kerry, bro, this is the future, though, eh? When you take a look at young Dylan, out of that mini stock class, and we talked about it with the All-Star boys, a great attribute to Speedway. 5 years racing, he's going to be doing his first teens race. Right, this is what it's all about. It's about building and growing.
Oh, for sure, mate. You like those All-Star boys. Class is great, a great breeding ground for some awesome young drivers. Dylan did awesome in mini stocks, and he's come through, and he's a hard charger in the super stock. So we're going to use him because there's lots when they jump into their first teams race, they shine, and hopefully he's one of them, and we'll.
That's awesome, mate. Sorry, people out there, if you get Kiri's internet's playing up a little bit tonight, but bear with us if you just listen. If he speaks slower for us, and that'll fix the problem.
But you love teams events, pretty well all the time, Kerry, and the solo stuff, you give it your all as well. This team stuff, though, to have the event like it is now before the end of the year, thanks to Apollo Cranes and obviously Huntley International Speedway for hosting. Then, of course, you got the big one come up February, and then possibly Auckland teams. But, mate, you live for it, and you're still living for it.
Yeah, no, I just stupid, I know no different. So, to go right in individual teams is the buzz. I get a bit disappointed sometimes wrecking my car, but yeah, no, man, you can't I just live for it, eh? That's what it is.
Mate, the fans love it, Dylan. The two boys earlier on, you get out in the parade, you'll have all your little banners, your flags, you'll have your own fans there, mate. That's going to get you pumped as you start to head out onto the track on Saturday. You got to do it for the fans, eh? They just love it. They turn up in their thousands to support, no matter what team it is. It's all about the fans.
Oh yeah, so it's gonna be an interesting feeling being out there on the other side of the fence. Usually I'm the one cheering the boys on, but so it's gonna be a real different feeling being on the other side with not my car, but being out there, being able to drive. So yeah, no, I don't know if it'll get me excited or make me even more nervous, but I'll let you know after the parade and race one, see how that goes.
All right. Hey, not your car though. So is this going to be quite an interesting little task? Or have you already done some laps, or are you able to do any laps in this car you're going to race?
Yeah, so Mark, we mucked around and we put my own my Humphrey's seat in there, so everything's sort of built around me, which is pretty cool. And then I raced. I've done a couple practice runs up at Rotorua, and then raced at the Mount, and then for about 6 laps in the Motor Blue. So that wasn't good, but that wasn't a good start of the season. But then got it all back together, and then raced at Rotorua opening, turned some good laps, and then Baypark. The fireworks night they had over there, and so yeah, turned some good laps and changed a few things for me, and feeling real comfortable in the car. So yeah, it's hissing, ready to go. It's a good car.
Awesome. Hey, Kerry, look, you've done millions of laps on Baypark track, and how good has Rodney Wood been? A guy that's raced just like you, millions of laps on the Baypark track. Just his knowledge and his work ethic into the track, and the others that help him, everyone seems to be happy. Look, it wasn't that long ago where everyone was bitching about the track, everyone hated it, but now the feedback's just been outstanding.
Yeah, Rodney's got right behind it, with what he does work wise, but he's got in there, he's got a good team behind him, knowledge. He's one of the ones that's done many laps around there as well, and his knowledge and he's pulled in on a few people that also they've got that track tenfolds better than what it was.
Look at this. Some of your mates are already bloody giving you some flack.
Yeah, they are. They're giving Kerry some flack, aren't they?
Kerry going to end up on this lid. Here we go. Kerry, see, you can laugh, Dylan, but it's going to bloody happen to you one day, mate.
This weekend, bro, I'll be all good.
Old Seth thought he'd be all good too, didn't he? Hey, he was pumped when we had him on at the team's build up last year. Hey. We'll be watching you closely, Dylan, I can tell you.
Please don't.
Actually, Seth is watching. Yeah, the boys. Hashtag bust up. That's amazing, never ending. Brad Wright's got a question actually, and Kerry, you going to be doing any tops or any merch later in the season?
Yeah, okay. Planning on it. I've done me So you know, I just have to get the Russell out of the way and see what corner got left, and then hopefully do some new merch. And
Awesome, mate. Awesome. Hey, what about you, Dill? You got any merch or anything popping around in your motorsport life, mate? You got anything going on there?
Oh, no, not really. I haven't
Nah.
got a bit of a name for myself just yet, so we'll build towards that if anything happens to go my way.
You don't have to have a name for yourself, mate. All you have to do is have cool merch. And if you've got cool Speedway merch, people will buy it.
Because, mate, make it look pretty.
Just make it look pretty and people will buy it. Trust me. That's all you need, eh? A good Kins. You get a good looking Speedway merch and you want it. Doesn't matter, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah. So you got a social media stuff? You got a Facebook where everyone can keep in touch with you?
Me? Nah, not me.
Oh, what the hell? Really?
Not a Speedway page, nah.
You're going to be the silent assassin, eh? That's what it'll be.
Maybe we'll find out.
You're just going to do it out there on the track. And that's it. That's the thing we need to reiterate to everyone that's watching the show tonight. You know, this big event, all the action happens on the track, and that's where things should stay out there on the track, you know, no matter the result. Get back in the pits, you get your crew back into it, and let's try and get you back out there next race. That's pretty well sums it up, eh, Dylan?
Yeah, this is about it, eh? Obviously, you go out on the track and not no one's your mate, but no one's your mate when it comes to teams racing. You come off and you have a beer and get on the piss with them after. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. Well, Kerry's done that multiple times, eh, Kerry? The places I've seen this guy on farm. Oh, no, we'll leave it at that. Go on. Mate,
he's stitching you up, Kerry, eh? He's stitching you up tonight.
Hey, what was that, Kerry?
If you've seen me, it means you've been there too.
Hey, obviously, you know, obviously we can't do without the family support and the crew that do work on the cars to get the cars ready, and a lot more work goes into this event, whether it being teams compared to your normal Saturday racing. But you know, Dylan, you got your family supporting you and all the crew and everything like that.
Oh yeah, definitely. So also me and Dad have been down in the shed most nights getting this car ready. Had a couple of mates had local driver that's helping us out this year. Mike King, he's been down in the shed, been helping us out. Had a couple of other boys helping us during the week, and obviously Mark Dickey and his crew have come to the table massively, helping us out with obviously most importantly the car and all the spares and everything that comes with teams racing. They've been just couldn't help us out enough. So we're forever grateful for all the work that everyone does. So it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, Kerry's always had a good crew behind him. You know, they've always been there. We had Paula on trying to get his technology to work. So, you know, it's not just with the car and the track stuff, it's everything else. Yeah, big thumbs up to all of that. Kerry, mate, I don't know if you've done the job here, but do you have your sponsors list handy by any chance you want to thank? Who's supporting you this weekend?
Yeah, mate. Of course, we've got Pollock Cranes. We've got Metalco at the Mount Maunganui Junction, old Little Dave. We've got Jay Swamp over in Matabana, horse. So yeah, those businesses are behind us way. So yeah, thank you very much to them. They'll support us through the whole season with.
Awesome,
mate. Awesome.
And of course,
so
Pollock.
You're pretty amped. Oh, sorry, Karen.
Sorry, of course, Pollock is also the sponsor of the event at Huntley too, Kins. So they're putting a lot into the Speedway at the moment, aren't they? Which is, it's good to see these guys stepping up and back in the. I think we're getting such resurgence at the moment out of our Speedway, across the country.
Yeah, it's great. It's great to see this. You know, when you think of Pollock in general, you know, with the super stocks they got out there doing and putting on a show there, great sponsorship there. And I see a former Buster actually now racing around in the super saloon. Not too sure if Kerry's going to end up in the super saloon. Maybe one day, eh?
Maybe one. I've had a play that I can go do,
Yeah.
So.
What do you reckon? You reckon you'll do it one day, mate? Jump in the super saloon? Because it seems to be where most super stock drivers are heading to these days. I'm pretty sure you can give Binkston a run for his money.
It's been near done. Nah, I can't afford that stuff, mate.
Yeah.
I just cruise.
Need those bumpers, Kerry?
Yeah, cheap.
But when you take a look, and we made mention of this earlier on, Kerry, with Gary and Jamie, and the acknowledgement around the class, because we are wanting to do a mini stock special with the youth and the future of our sports. Without them and the families and their support, they're the ones that keep the sport going. And when you take a look at this young man next to us, that's where he started. It's just such a great class, and one of the best things that could ever happen to Speedway.
Sure, like the Auckland boys said, you look at who's on the podium these days, and it's like I said earlier, Dylan did very well for himself when he was in the class, doing not bad in the super stock. He just needs a bit of, unfortunately, needs a bit of reliability with his car, but his car going pretty strong at the moment, so that's cool. And thank Mark for that, of course. But still up, so yeah, keep a watch, everybody.
Yeah, awesome. All right, so watch the space. Get on down to the Superstock Teams Invitation, Huntley International Speedway. As Red Wooten said right at the start, obviously we're all aware that the weather's going to turn a bit pear-shaped this coming weekend. He will make the official announcement on Friday night, so just keep an eye on their Facebook page, I would guess, and see how things plan out, because he doesn't want drivers traveling all that way. They rather make an announcement so it saves them money, time, and family time, and travel and everything like that. So that's the latest update from Red that caught up with us at the start of the show Friday. If the weather just turned out to be rubbish, they will make the announcement there, very similar to the announcement he made during the start of the show of the actual draw, which was a surprise, and it just panned out right that we have the two teams who are racing up in the first race against each other, the Auckland Allstars and the Baypark Busters, join us tonight, and also tomorrow night we'll have the Stratford Scrappers and also the Kiki Kings. They'll be back on tomorrow. And then on Wednesday, we're going to catch up with the Rebel Boys and also the Gisborne Giants. We might have to try and turn things around and see if we get a couple of the development drivers.
Yeah, well, that's right too. Might have to put a word into the Gizzy Boys and see if we can get some of those development drivers in, and maybe we might have to send Red and that a message and see if they can tell us who's a North Island select and get a couple of those guys eyes on as well. So, hey, are you looking forward, Dylan, to the Grand Parade and the hype of the crowd and everything like that, mate? You must have been to teams events before as a spectator. You're looking forward to being that person in the middle, what everybody's yelling and screaming for.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be a different buzz. I've obviously been I'll try to hang around the buses as much as I can the last couple of years. So it's going to be real good being on the actual track this time with your own car. I mean, I was up in Auckland. It might have been 2 years ago with the boys, and just as a sixth driver, but even then was a bit of a buzz because you're sort of out there doing a part of a team. Everyone's there to watch you, to put on a show. So hopefully you can provide and give a show back.
Right, it's just like the coolest thing out, isn't it? When you're on the back of the cars in the parade, you're like, yeah, you check me out, man. I'm in the Busters. Like, I know. Kerry's done that for years. It's just second nature to him after doing all the parades he's done over the many years he's raced. But for you, mate, as a young man out there, I know you have your shades on. Your hair will be all gelled up and as well.
Hey? It'll look good for the aunties out there.
It'll look good for the aunties, I know, bro.
Just don't get overexcited like Randy T did, Akins.
Yeah. I won't tell you what Randy told us. But that's just part of it. It's just part of it. Handing out T-shirts, Seth Rowe. He might do it. I don't know, mate. Joshua, we have to try and catch up with him sometime and see how things are going.
Well, I got told before in the comments by Murray I probably need to support the second bay now. Since my Hawke's Bay's not going, I've got to support the Baypark Busters, for teams.
Fair comment.
I've always been a supporter of the Busters, though. I've been a fan of horses for a long time, so it's always driven his car online, Akins, from day dot. So
hard out. Yeah.
So I've always sort of been there following the Busters, and yeah.
Hey, boys. Well, look, thank you for sharing your thoughts. Obviously, taking your time out of your busy schedules. We'll let you get back to your shed, I would guess, and do what you do. in your normal life, working on your race cars to get ready for, let's hope we get the event underway. Look, fingers crossed, toes crossed, the weather will disappear. Then we'll have a great event to watch for all the fans that are traveling through. As you would guess, most probably one of the big team events of the racing calendar, because we've got February and obviously a bit later on in the year. But guys, I know you're going to get some track prep time at Huntley, because you've got a big meeting coming up. I don't want to get into that little discussion at the moment, because there's something else that's overwhelming that event. But
yeah, and we said we're gonna stay away from that issue, Kins. Remember, we're not talking about that. So, but I would like to say I wouldn't mind catching up with Dylan after the team's event to see his thoughts of being in it afterwards. You know, as a first timer. So if you're keen to come back and talk to us, Dylan, we'd love to hear from you afterwards, and maybe get Kerry back too to give us an opinion on how he thought you went.
Could be dangerous, but anyway, yeah, come catch us.
Yeah, you already got the master and the apprentice, so there you go.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome, guys. Cheers. Thank you both for joining us tonight, and all the best. Safe travels to Huntley, and good luck. Go the Busters,
Sweet. Cheers, boys.
Awesome, guys.
Cheers,
Because getting behind the and supporting the event and doing what you guys are doing. Thanks heaps, hey.
No worries. Cheers, Kerry.
Cheers, mate.
Hey, thanks, guys. Appreciate your time, and get in the shed now and get ready for the weekend.
Roger.
Cheers.
Right. Yeah. See ya.
Yeah.
So there we go. Kerry and Dylan from the Busters, obviously representing Baypark at the big event. Pollock Cranes, you know, when you think that's associated with the team, and then out of Huntley. So looking forward to that. Also great to catch up with Jamie and Gary and their family as well, having a chat with them representing the Allstars. Look, it was great to have the All-Star fans and the Buster fans watching tonight, and also fans of the Wooten family who joined us as well earlier on. You know, the boss lady, Red, Tice was there, and the grandkids as well. So just awesome. And like people say, you know, Elson Tuwani here, Busters hard. So yeah, we'll see how they'll go. It's a big race against the All-Stars to open up what's going to be a great night on Saturday. Don't forget to also Pits Media live stream if you can't make it. Get out there and support Jace and the team, who's got a big drive, obviously, to come and deliver the live stream. So looking forward to that, and just appreciate everyone that's been part of the event on Saturday, let alone the two teams that joined us tonight, the Busters and the All-Stars. Tomorrow, we carry on with the Scrappers and the Kings.
Absolutely, mate. And yeah, I've got to say as well, huge thanks to our guests that took their time out. We know it's a busy week for these guys this week, so we really appreciate them taking the time out to talk to us. And I mean, how great was it to have the live draw, mate? We didn't see that coming, did we, eh? I've read of this team, and I just love this family aspect of Speedway, you know. We had the kids on there with the Auckland All-Star guys, you know. It was fantastic to see them with their kids there, and Red with his family and grandkids and kids, and it's just awesome, mate. I just love that's what Speedway's about, eh? You know.
And that's the aspect of our show, you know, with a little bit of difference. It's the family stuff, and we know all that stuff. And like we say, you know, you got your kids coming and join us. We are going to do a mini stock special coming up as well. Catch up with the youngsters, obviously, maybe coming up to the big event up there in Rotorua, which is always huge when you get hundreds of bloody mini stocks, you know, mini stocks in paradise. But yeah, we'll see how things will develop and how things will go. But otherwise, you know, fingers, toes crossed that the weather plays its piece and we can get to see a great event at Huntley International Speedway. Otherwise, enjoy your Monday. We are back tomorrow. 2 more teams to catch up with. Take care, everyone. And yeah, we'll see you back there, no?
See you tomorrow.
Welcome along, everyone. What was it like, that experience jumping into your first race?
It's been my life ever since I can remember.
Look, it really was unbelievable.
I think it's awesome.
Just go out there and give it your every time. And
When you're young and you get in your old man super stock and you wreck it, I mean, it's pretty cool.
Craig Booker with the big smile. He is the voice that's behind what you get to hear every Sunday night.
Give it the hoot, Eddie. Look at that field. Doesn't it look fantastic?